Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World Daily with me, John Jordan. This is a YouTube channel all about the world of blockchain games, so if you're interested in that, please do subscribe. In this video, having a look at the data around AXIE Infinity, which has had a pretty interesting summer. While all other Ethereum dApps have been struggling with high gas fees, at least non-DeFi dApps, AXIE Infinity has gone on a very different trajectory. Various reasons for that, and this graph kind of shows some of them at least. So what have we got here? So this graph is starting, actually mid-June it starts, and we've got three different kind of data trends. So in blue here on the bar charts, this is the price of the Small Love Potion. So Small Love Potion is a token, ERC20 token running on Ethereum. When you play the battling mode of AXIE Infinity and you win the battle, you get a certain amount of Small Love Potion. And then if you want to breed, if someone wants to breed Axies, you need a certain amount of Small Love Potion in order to do that. Depends on how much breeding an Axie has done. So Axies are rated from 0, a virgin, to 7, which is the maximum. And as they every time they increment up their breeding by 1, they need more Small Love Potion. So it's a utility token, and has been available through Uniswap. So what we see here is the price of the Small Love Potion in dollars. Then in red here we have daily active unique wallets. So this is just Ethereum wallets interacting with the smart contracts of AXIE Infinity, mainly around the AXIE marketplace, so the buying and selling of AXIE NFTs. And then also we have in green here the number of successful auctions over time. And what I've done, because obviously these all have different kind of units, I have normalized or rebased them based on their June or 2 weeks of June. So basically I've looked at the value of all these three components for this kind of 2 week period, and I've taken that as an average of 1. So this is normalized, just a way of allowing us to have different data points on the same graph. And so this means the vertical scale is here is 1, and this is the increase in terms of multiples. So a key data point here is we can see the price of the Small Love Potion went up 36 times from here to this is we can see here the start of July. So it actually went up to about 15 cents. So it started off at 0.004 of a cent around there and went up to 15 cents. So we can see here massive increase. So in terms of kind of what's interesting about this is the Small Love Potion basically went through a big speculative bubble. People on various kind of trading sites decided they were going to raise the price of this token. They were going to buy it and then dump it. Nothing to do with AXIE Infinity as a game. It was just that when all this DeFi stuff was happening, this kind of big explosion in DeFi, and people were looking for easy ways. And because there's not much there was a low market cap of Small Love Potions. There's not many of them around, very small price. By buying them, a few people buying them can raise the price a lot. So we see this first price bubble. It drives it up, and we can see here massive peak, drops off very quickly. But that is reflected here in activity on the marketplace of AXIE Infinity. So the kind of the same period of time, we have auctions. Number of auctions increases. So Small Love Potion price is up 36 times. The number of successful auctions, people buying things, is up almost 20 times, and the daily active unique wallets interacting with AXIE Infinity it's up more than 10 times. So that's a pretty clear correlation that someone speculates on the price, lots of activity goes up, and then we see after that the price of Small Love Potion goes down. So it's still up 5-fold compared to what it was before. The price of the active unique wallets and number of successful auctions drops off a little bit more, so it's still higher than it was before, but maybe double. And then we have it goes through various other cycles. So there's 2 more speculative increases in Small Love Potion prices. Nothing as big as before, but it's still back from its average in the start of June. It's up, getting on 15 times. And this is in some ways reflected in daily activity and successful auctions. So that they definitely go up, but they're not going up as much as the speculation is. And by the time this speculation happens, it doesn't really have any impact at all on what's going on in the game. So this kind of shows a diminishing return. Massive, strong correlation. When the first thing happens, it happens over again, and people are just like, whatever's happening. And obviously, there's other factors going on here. There's the gas price. To a degree, people, if your auctions are related on the gas price in order to buy these things, other things that could be in this daily active unique wallet line could be people breeding AXIs. Obviously, that's another gas fee issue. So we're still, in here in the end of August, early September. We're still massively up on where we were before. Because remember, this is 1, so this is kind of 4 or 5 times higher than it was before. But it's not related to the price. And now, what's interesting we see here is something flips. So the price does go up again, so for the fourth time. And it looks like that has then driven this increase here. So this increase here, as we can see in the red and the green lines, is actually pretty much a level of what it was before when we had the big speculative bubble. So this is the end of September. But actually, I would argue this is the other way around. So what we have here is at this point here, the end of September. Delphine Digital, which is a kind of blockchain consultancy and an investment company who've been involved with AXIE Infinity and involved in designing their new token, bought 5 AXIs for $160,000. So suddenly we have a new increase in the highest price for AXIE Infinity. The most rare AXIE Infinities. They were 3 and 4 Mystic AXIs, which is the most rare. So this obviously drives particularly the number of successful auctions. People are studying now. AXIs are worth loads. The price of the most expensive ones have gone up, and so that drives people into for the next couple of days into buying AXIs. We also see generally daily activity in just wallets more generally also increasing at this point. And I think this then feeds back into the small love potion, that people are buying small love potions to breed AXIs because they now know there's a lot of successful auctions happening, and people are buying AXIs. So there's demand. This is a kind of sort of supply-led sort of thing, but this is driven by demand, and we can actually see that the price of the small love potion then just falls away. Because speculation always works around news, so if there's news about something, the small love potion price will go up, but then there's nothing really holding it up, so it drops back down. Again, point out it's still 5-6 times higher than it was at the start of June. So the price hasn't gone down to where it was before. It is massively up compared to what it was before. But now look at this. The active wallets is going up, and the number of successful auctions is also massively going up. And actually, for the last couple of days, we've seen 20-fold increase in the number of successful auctions. So this is at the high end, but also at the low end. We've seen the price of the cheapest AXIE rise from about $10, maybe $15, even a month or so ago, now up to over $20 for the cheapest. This is for the cheapest AXIE. It's really interesting to see that we have this data. We have to be careful, correlation and causation. I think they can flip in a very short period of time. But the one thing we can see is this kind of a very strong increase in activity around AXIE Infinity. Obviously, the other thing I should mention is that they've just announced the AXS token, which is going live at the start of November through Binance. So this is a governance token. So by owning that, you can stake it, you can earn rewards through it. It'll be used as a payment system. There's lots of different things. I've done videos on what's going on with the AXS token, but that again is just driving activity, driving interest. It's driving people who haven't played for a while to come back in. It's driving people who haven't heard about the game or tried the game before to come back in. And this is why we see. And remember, this is not a doubling. This activity is not doubling. This is up 20 times what it was before. So this is doubling from an already very high level. It's almost like an exponential sort of graph because we're taking this as a multiple of this activity here. So this is very, very strong activity that we're seeing with AXIE Infinity. And I think, again, part of that is speculative because driven around the price of the SLP token, clearly that has had some impact. That has kick-started the whole thing. And then there's also future speculation around the AXS token. And with speculation, where we see like an overcorrection, people it always goes too high and then comes down again. But the important thing is if you take a longer term view, you can see, if you draw a simple trend line, we've gone from 1, up to over 10 times the activity, and that's the important thing to think about when you're looking at data, particularly around blockchain games. I think where we kind of see these very, very explosive increases in activity. So anyway, that was data I thought was interesting. I thought it was worth doing a video about, even though I've been doing quite a bit about AXIE Infinity. I still think it is a game that is capable of enduring a lot of data analysis because there's always stuff going on. It's just happened in the last couple of days. This explosion in successful auctions. I'm seeing like all-time highs in daily actives as well, unique wallets. So keep an eye on that. Thanks for watching the video. Hope it was informative. Please do subscribe to the channel if this is the sort of thing that lights your fire. But thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon.